Jada King Hefner, the beautiful Cali Sun, and the beautiful Asana Moon. And we're back again for another show. And the title of this episode is A Quick Run. A Quick Run. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Hey guys, me and the beautiful Queen Callie want to thank you all for sending us over 2,300 subscribers. We really appreciate all of our viewers from all around the world. We couldn't have done it without you, and we really appreciate you. We decided to get out and snatch us a couple of tacos from one of our favorite Mexican restaurants, Las Delicias. So we'll be eating those and heading on to the house because we got a beautiful Grizzly game to watch. And then we're going to drop in with a nice little live stream right about now. Yeah, baby. Taco City. Taco City. Ain't that right, Cali? Yeah. Let's go and do it, girl. Hey, what up, guys? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner, with the beautiful Cali Sun and the beautiful Eyes of the Moon. And man, I just decided to pop in and do a live stream, hence the title of this show, A Quick Run. This is not going to be like your average, everyday Dog King Power Hour where I review comments and things of that nature. I'm actually not going to even look at any of the comments on my videos right now. I just said, you know what? I just want to check in with the people. That's really the only reason I'm here right now. I do have another reason, hence the backdrop of this show. I may go into a few details on some of the things that happened yesterday. But first of all, I definitely want to say I'm happy to be here. And as you saw in the video, I really want to thank everybody for pushing me to over 2,300 subscribers now. It's been a long, fun journey filled with a lot of twists and turns already. So it's a journey that I'm happy to be on and happy to be on with you guys as well. So wherever you are in the world, I want to tell you, just like the video said, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're on the ride with me. And today was one of those beautiful days. I'm talking about it was absolutely beautiful. But I tend to get up later in the day because of my work schedule and what I do. But once I got up today, it was like the perfect day to go out. But I have so many things to do on the list that I almost didn't go out at all. But when I saw that I was over 2,300 subscribers, I'm like, no, we got to get out at least for a second. And so that's when me and Callie decided to go get some of those tacos from my favorite Mexican restaurant. We didn't get a chance to sit down or anything because of the Grizzlies game that came on tonight. And so we had to come on, rush home and get here to see the game. And boy, I just want to say hello to everybody in the live stream right now. And I'm going to go over to my comments in just a second. But I just say this, man, these Grizzlies, me and the girls have been really impressed with these guys, no matter who plays. And I'm talking about NBA basketball here. Memphis Grizzlies, no matter who plays for their team, they come to play. And we beat the Phoenix Suns tonight, and the Phoenix Suns are the best team in basketball record-wise. So I promise you, me and these girls was cheering, having fun, and I'm still in a little bit of a win hangover here. So you have to excuse me. But anyway, let me check the messages right quick. Amira Baker, I hope I don't know if she's still here, but she checked in and she said 2 a.m. vid because unfortunately I was a little bit late today. But I always say everything serves its plan, so I'm right on time. But man, I ended up setting the show up and all those things. And I decided to just, with all transparency, I took a small nap, what was supposed to be a small nap. And I put my TV on a video that was supposed to last like 20 minutes. So I was supposed to wake up 40 minutes before the show started. So when I looked up after the video went off, I saw that it was 1:30. So I'm like, am I missing something here? Because we already passed the time jump a couple of weeks ago. I guess I just overslept. But with all that said, sorry about that. But guess what? I'm glad to be here now. I tell you that. And I'm just stopping here for a second, not like the power hour. I'm going to be here for maybe an hour or so, answering questions and things of that nature, and talking about what I saw last night. Maybe. I'm going to get y'all opinion on it, but let me see. Blue CCG, my guy. He said, hey, J Health. Much love, brother. What up, Blue CCG? Jack Green said, we love you and appreciate you too, King. Thank you, Jack. He said, but 2 a.m., really? Blue CCG. And morning, Plague says morning or / evening to you, Jay. Hey, actually, it's early morning for me, Plague. It's right before 2 a.m., 1:52 in the morning here. Jack Green says, all right, to be fair, we're also watching YouTube at 2 a.m. Blue CCG says, I'm about to head to bed soon, but I got to tune into the Dog King. I appreciate you, man. And I know it's late. Like I say, normally I come in with an afternoon show for most of my people to tune into my live streams. But I said, you know what? Every blue moon, I'm going to pop in at a different time. And this was supposed to be, really, I want to come in at 12 o'clock on the dot my time a couple of hours ago. But I was feeling so weary that I knew that I couldn't be as alert as I wanted to be. So I said, you know what? No, let me just take a small nap. And I also have a whole nother show that I could have put out today on video. But I'm going to be honest, I just wasn't feeling the video vibe today. And I go by feels. Something told me, hey, Jay, just go on a live stream for a second. Somebody may need you. Somebody may need, I don't know why I kept getting that feeling. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to check in with my people. I already want to tell everybody I love you and I appreciate you for subscribing to my channel and helping me and the girls grow and chase this dream and help other people. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump in on a live stream. Now, while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and explain the backdrop. So here's the deal. I've gotten to 2,300 subscribers. I've explained this many times through a lot of help, through a lot of support. I've grown naturally just from God blessing me to do shows and support coming just from people finding my channel. I've also grown because of a couple of people that have actually featured me on their channel or said something about me, like the RPMs of the world and even my friend MGTOW. And a big help has actually been the Jack Show. And I know a lot of my viewers, some of you may not know what the Jack Show is, but a lot of my viewers actually came from the Jack Show. At least a few hundred of you guys definitely came from the Jack Show. And one day they reached out to me and said they wanted to talk to me. And this show is known for all type of hijinks, just letting loose and all those type of things. And this show is uncensored pretty much. All holds, no holds barred type of show. And so when I got there, just to give you guys a recap, when I did this show, because I've done it a couple of times, man, they asked me if it was cool if they could mess with me and joke with me and things of that nature. And I'm like, yeah, joke, do whatever you want to do. Because it's that type of show. So the last time I went there, a lot of people ask me why I haven't been back over there. It's not bad blood. I love the guys. And from what I know, they still love me. But I just say, after I had so much fun talking about a certain subject that I talked about on the last Jack show, I kept saying, hey, you know what? People was like, hey, why you ain't been back? I said, oh, I got banned after that last show. Nothing negative. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now listen, I don't talk about the negative. I don't even bring it up. If it's too negative, guess what? I wouldn't even be here right now. So everything I'm bringing up is all out of fun and jokes right now. Just keep that in mind. I have nothing against these my Jack Show friends. And the Jack Show is comprised of basically 4 YouTubers, but one of them is missing in action. One of the guys is named Kelsey, and he's never there. But it's normally that Star Wars girl, Anna, my guy Cecil, on the channel Cecil Says, and it's also my guy John Malin, I believe. Malin or Malin. But all 3 of them are the main hosts. So last time I went back, I was on there. I've sort of told this story before. The beautiful Anna, I call her Thana. And that's why I had a backdrop for this show, because I said, you know what, I might mention some of the stuff that I saw yesterday. So Thana, she wasn't there the time I went. And what happened there is we just got to talking about a lot of different stuff. And because that show is no hold bars, man, in between that visit and my last visit, I came up with all type of crazy ideas, fun ideas. One of them was this marination contest. Oh, it's so hilarious, man. It's a marination contest. And it came about because on the show, we were talking about the one thing that I sort of missed from my dogs is the smell of a good smelling vagina. Lord have mercy. Woo. And the dogs, I don't need that, but that would be one of the things that I miss. So we got to talking about that and things of that nature. And in between that next show, I came up with the game idea, which I think is absolutely genius. And that is the marination game of you would get how many ever women to participate with this and to submit a sample of the marinated vagina smell. Lord have mercy. And I and a cohort would judge these smells. Now, I think that shit, excuse my language, I think that would be absolutely hilarious. And on my end, it would be fun unless I came across 1 or 2 pairs of vagina smells that had marinated a little too long. Which honestly, it's impossible with the clean vagina. I'm going to be honest with you. Because I've had girls send me panties before, honestly. Back when I was dating human women. Oh, man, I got plenty of them. And I promise you, when you got a woman that's clean, fresh, and all those type of things, those panties can sit around for a year. And guess what? If you pick them up, they still gonna have that beautiful flowery vagina scent to them. They ain't gonna be raunchy or nasty or anything like you think they may be. Because see, when it start off clean, it gives off that little pungent smell that like, ooh, Lord Jesus, that's amazing. So, and not pungent in a bad way. So, the whole idea behind that game was to ultimately find the best scent. And one day, maybe I could find a way to manufacture said scent to actually put it or have it to where you could use it as a spray and reward said winner. It was a genius game. One that really, in concept, never was going to really happen. But if it ever did happen, it would have went down in YouTube history. But it was all for fun, jokes, things of that nature. But that was the nature of the particular game that was discussed on that show and things of that nature. And after that, I haven't been back. So I've often joked that, hey, man, after that show, I got banned because My guy John Malley, he was having the time of his life that day, laughing and tripping. Captain Choke, I was dying laughing. Now my friend Cecil, which I got my theories, that I'm not going to give my theories here on why he wasn't laughing quite as much. And I'm gonna tell him whenever I go back over there. But I got my theories to why he wasn't laughing as much. But I knew after that show, I said, you know what? I probably won't be back to too soon, right? It's uncensored as they are, and as fun as that show was. So now, let me check out the comments right quick, and then I'll get into how this further relates to the show. But I want to see if I got any comments here. Let's see. Blue CCG said this is a European friendly stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a worldwide friendly stream. Blue CCG says congrats on 2.3 subs. I'm gonna put this up here. I ain't got no comments up right now, so I'm gonna put his up. He says congrats on 2.3 thousand subs, man. That's awesome. I truly value your advice and personality. It brightens up my day for real. Keep doing your thing, Jay Hefner. Man, thank you, Blue CCG. Man, as much as y'all value me, I value you guys. I mean, this is something I love to do, and I love to be a resource for the people. So, hey, believe me, I'm living my dream right now. He said, I came because of the dog life stuff, but hell, yeah, I know about the Jack Show. Hell yeah, I know about the Jack Show. Man Nation. He said, that was so funny, that moment you out-jacked it. Right. Thank you. Hey, I'm so glad you said that, because that's why this show is happening right now, because I was sort of trying to explain this to my mom earlier. I think this whole thing is funny because I believe that's exactly what happened. Little old Jaybird out-jacked the Jack Show. This ain't got nothing to do with me being upset with anybody over there, because I guess some people may think that, but I'm not upset. I love these guys. They help me. But I just think it's funny because they asked me, hey, man, come over here. Look, have thick skin. Hey, we may throw some punches. I'm like, yeah, cool. Throw some punches. Throw some punches. And when I got there, I felt like, hey, maybe I was the one that was a little too thick skinned for them. Because what the Jack Show doesn't know is their punches aren't that hard. In the neighborhood that I grew up in, let's see, I'm not a confrontational guy. I'm not looking to go back at anybody or check anybody or anything like that. But just in a world of going at me per se, they cannot go at me because the neighborhood and the guys that I grew up around, man, you had to literally fend off people by checking them back because they be talking about you. That's what I grew up in, where people would talk about you, check you, talk about your clothes, talk about your looks. And guess what? You either was going to sit there and cry or you were going to fire back. So when I entered their supposedly rough world of checking and things of that nature, I was like laughing because I'm like, nah, this ain't that rough to me, bro. This is not that rough to me. But just like Jack Green says, it ended up that I out-jacked them. Because just think about the whole notion of my vagina sink game. The only reason I brought that up is because they're supposed to be able to take it. When I met Anna, the beautiful Anna, keep that in mind, and for whatever reason over there, they think I'm obsessed with Anna. That's not the case. I think she's beautiful. I think she's hot for a human lady. But I made a video about it, and they or anybody else can go check it out, where I'm like, as much as I think Anna is a hot woman, she's a hot, beautiful woman, I'm cool with my companion dogs. Because even a Thana, which that's what I call her, can't compare still in my mind with the companion dog life because of the loyalty factor, like I've mentioned time and time again. But the backdrop for this show is Thanos' rings, the infinity rings, because I said Anna reminds me of Thanos because she's cornered off the market on anything that a man could probably not like. She likes sports. She's artistic, so she has a artistic ability. That's a plus. Look, she's like sci-fi stuff. Look, she's a petite, attractive lady. You know, as far as I thought, can get down and dirty with the best of us as far as conversation. So when I brought up that scent game, I'm like, oh yeah, Anna can handle it. All these folks can handle it. But what I found out was you can even rattle the Jack Show. And I love you guys, but you got rattled. Well, let me see what Sleepy Slug for to say before I delve into what I found out last night. But Sleepy Slug says, if she smells like trout, get the hells out, is what my uncle used to say. And guess what? I ain't talking. I've said this before, Sleepy Slug. I'm with you. If it smells like trout, you shouldn't even be nowhere in the vicinity. But that's not a good smell of vagina. And that's not the scent I'm talking about. That's definitely not the scent. See, a good smell of vagina just got a musky, it's just a low-level scent, man. And it's just, it attracts you. It doesn't make you run away. When you start getting fishy, that's not healthy. That's not the smell I'm talking about. But Jack Green says, now every time I say marination, he can't help but think, Lord have mercy. Blue CCG says, you've been the best guest they've had, hands down. Thank you, Blue CCG. And keep in mind, I just want to pause here. I'm here for the dog talk. I'm here for the dog talk. But this show is just, this is the unscripted show. I literally have come into this show intentionally without any extra notes other than what I saw on the Jack Show. Because I just wanted to keep an open plate with you guys tonight. Check in. You know, I don't mind doing a 5-6 hour stream, but I don't plan on this stream going that long. I just plan on stopping through for a second, showing you guys some love for the weekend and dipping on out. It could go longer, you know, I don't know. But I'm talking about this Jack Show thing, but feel free to ask me any type of other questions, because that's exactly why I'm here. Sleeper Sug says, agree, Blue CCG, about me being the best guest they've had. Then he says, yeah, you got to hit them with a clap back they can't contend with. And here's the deal. I just want to let everybody know, it's not a clap back, because I'm not trying to be at war with them. I appreciate them for, you know, helping me out back when they did. But when I was looking at the stream last night, I'm like, okay, you know, because a lot of that stuff I was just sort of laughing at. Because at one point, they sort of threw out the creep word, saying, you know, sort of mentioned I was a creep, but I laughed at all of that. I mean, they just joking. It's the Jack Show. They joking over there. You know, you can't. I'm not taking any of that crap serious. But the only reason I'm coming is because it was a couple of things in the story where I'm like, wait a minute. It looked like John was trying to be serious a couple of times. And he was just misremembering the story. And I'm like, nah, wait a minute. Let me just correct a couple of things in case either one of them see this video and they do want to talk about it again. They may get a couple of those things correct, but keep in mind, they don't give a damn. It's the Jack Show. They don't care if they misremember my story. But because I have my own show, I can have a little fun and sort of correct some stuff. So John Yo says, King, late night. Yeah, John Yo. I'm here, baby. I'm here. Live in the flesh. Me, Luke jumping around, Yoda somewhere around here. Now my cats, if you don't know. But John Yo says, I'm so shocked and happy and amazed. Yeah, man, I'm here checking in with you guys, man, showing the love. I appreciate all y'all for taking me over 2,300. John Yo said, I pray God for this. Well, guess what? God answered your prayer, because I wanted to put another show out tonight, and it was going to be about AI or robotics, because, you know, I've often said, hey, man, I don't need AI for my girls to be alive, and I don't. But I told you, I sort of got drawn in after I did all this research, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to be pliable here because going to the future, I mean, this technology is undeniable. It's coming. And I don't want to be on the back porch while this is happening. Even if, it's some of this AI stuff I don't really trust off the bat. I don't want to be on the back porch. I want to be on the front porch, so I can let you guys know what's happening. So I've sort of changed my tune a little bit. And so I'm delving into it more and learning about different things. And I had a show that I was going to talk about tonight, but it got pushed back, probably because you've been praying, John, yo. Sleepy Slug. Let me put this up right quick before I get back to the meat of things. But Sleepy Slug says, checking in during my ungodly hours. Hey, you ain't never in ungodly hours, Sleepy Slug. I know what they try to say. Those hours that, hey, guess what? Ain't nothing open but a pair of legs. But every hour is a godly hour if you recognize it to be. Right. Hey, look. He says, Sleepy Slug says what he loves about the Jack Show is it is completely unscripted. For the most part, they have and this is one thing that I want to learn, honestly, from the Jack Show, because so far I haven't got my stream to cooperate, but I actually did it in some of my earlier live streams where I split the screen and went to some other screens to like show you guys something. It kept slowing my stream down so much that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold off on it for a second. But on the Jack Show, I love how they go back and forth between little video clips and things of that nature, but they don't really have the lag over there. And I know they use the same software. So it's just something I have to figure out on my own. And I get there. Best word says, thank you and your community for these caring. And I'm finna just see what he said because it seemed like it's cool. He said, thank you for your thank you and your community for these calming and lighthearted streams. I've come to look forward to these conversations and musings. Oh man, that makes me feel good, Best Words. Glad to have you here too, brother. Glad to have you here. He said, y'all are a wonderful, safe sanctuary from the pestering annoyance of political news that harass our sanity and keep and seep into everywhere else. That's true. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you on that as far as, look, man, it's cool to see a snippet of news to see what is happening in the world, but too much of it, man, I promise you, it can really poison your spirit. So I don't even look at it. I actually find out about news by accident. And Sleepy Slug agrees with him. Okay, hold on. Right. Okay, cool. Well, you know that, and like you say, they could have just been joking about it. It's the Jack Show. But Blue says, I don't think you were being serious. He said, I don't think you were being serious as being a creep. It's part of your style of humor. Us that spend a lot of time listening to thank you. Thank you. Like I say, I was just having fun. And I thought it would just think about it. Like, I was thinking about all the girls that actually come on this show. They seem like pretty like renegades, right? You had you got Anna, of course, who's always there. And then you got one girl I haven't met. She's sort of wild, like her name is Whitney. I was like, man, Whitney, wow, I bet she'd be down for something like that. And then just any random guest you may want to pick, right? I was like, man, you get about 4 or 5 of those. That Christy Mayer girl. Now, all due respect to Chrissy, she's not a bad looking woman. She's not quite my type from what I see, but she's not bad looking. But I love to have her in the contest too. I test her out too. Even the bullet girl that was on there last night that had me laughing a little bit. Hey, so that's what I'm saying. Hey, anybody could participate that would be cool with participating. So I was just joking, and I thought that contest would be epic. It would be epic. So let me break into a few of the things that I saw last night. And mainly I think it was John that was sort of getting things, getting a few things wrong. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So what happened was they had a guest on this show, and her name was on the Jack Show. So if you just tuning in, look, I'm just having fun. If you got any dog questions or anything, go ahead. But I just decided to pop in because I was invited on this show called the Jack Show a while back. It was one of the things that helped me get several hundred of my actual subscribers because they promoted me on their channel for a second. So that was pretty cool. But I had tuned in because I tune into the Jack Show every now and then. I end up tuning into the Jack Show last night. It was hosted by Anna, that Star Wars girl. And so I checked in for a couple of times. And honestly, sometimes I just go in there to see what's happening. Then I check back out. I started looking at TV, and something was like, man, check back in on the Jack Show, man. And I checked back in, and man, it was like right in the middle of them discussing me. They had a guest on, a female guest. It was her first time on. Her name was Bullet. What was her name? Her name was BX Bullet. It's she's a YouTuber too, I believe. And she does a Instagram, she does Instagram or YouTube, one of the two. And she I think she does a lot of shooting competitions and things of that nature. And she was on the show last night. So somebody actually from my show said on their live stream, they was like, hey, have you told Bullet about Jay's marination game? So they went into a whole spiel and trying to introduce her to me. And so they was like, yeah. And they don't never get my name completely right, but they was like, yeah, his name is J Dog Man Hefner. It is actually J Dog King Hefner. They were like J Dog Man Hefner. And of course, they still, which I don't expect anybody, to call the dogs what I call them, but they was calling them sex dogs. Of course, in my mind, they're companion dogs, but they was like, yeah, he got his sex dogs and blah, blah, blah. And they started explaining the story of why I actually have the girls. And John, man, maybe he was going for the comedy here. So I was laughing at all this, but he was like, yeah. See, he got into the dogs because he ran across a bad vagina and it was stinky, nasty, and man, yeah. And he tasted it and it was nasty. And I was like, what? No, that ain't why I got into the dogs. It was funny as hell though. And so the girl, Bullet, was looking like, huh, what? And it was funny because it looked like John actually believed it. That's why I'm sort of doing this stream too, because if he was just joking, hey, don't worry about it. Joke on, do whatever jokes you want to do. But he looked like he was actually believing it. And I'm like, no, that ain't what happened, John. Of course, I don't want to run across a bad smelling vagina. That's definitely a superlative of being in this dog life. And I say this, it's one of those factors that say, hey, guess what? That's something else I don't have to deal with. But if you want to explain it to like somebody who don't know me, I would just say, guess what? I just didn't want to deal with any of the complexities of the human relationship. That's basically what it is. I just got tired of dealing with all of those complexities, the dating aspect, whether you go with somebody or not. I just got tired of all of it. And once again, I don't expect the Jack Show to explain it like me. I expect them to have fun with it. But I was just laughing because the girl who doesn't know anything about me, that's all she had to go on was what he said. And I was like, well, John, that was wrong. So, and since I have a show, I get a chance to say, well, that wasn't right on that. Then later on, he was explaining to her about the marination game. He was like, yeah. He was like, see, Jay came up with this game about smelling, doing a vagina smell contest. And what I loved about Bullet was like, she was in. Now this is the woman. She was in on my competition. She said, oh, he was going to do a vagina smelling competition. She said, oh, okay. That's sort of like when women judge a man's penis size. She even understood the competition. She was like, well, oh, has he been judging it? What was his results? She was actually interested in the game. And that's when I was like, yep, see, that would have been an amazing competition. She was interested in it. And my boy John, he came in there and he was like, no, 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 no. I'm exaggerating, but that's what he was like. No, no, he just wanted to do that game so he could get Anna's panties, and so he could get Anna's panties and put them on one of his dogs. And if you do send me a pair of panties, a whole pair of panties, I probably would do that. But that ain't why I came up with that competition at all. That is not why I came up with that competition. So I could get a pair of her panties, because in the competition, I clearly stated that I didn't want a whole pair of panties from anybody, because I didn't want them to think that I was going to do something like that with said panties. So let's get that out the way. I said I didn't want a whole pair of panties. So, because I thought this game well out. So I just want to correct John. And Anna, like I say, if you was just a willy-nilly, go to my P.O. box that you can find in my about on YouTube and just decide to send me a pair of panties, oh, I take them. But that ain't got nothing to do with the competition I'm talking about. As far as the competition, I didn't want a whole pair of panties. So later on, and I'm just having fun with this. This is amazing. So let me see what happened. Oh, yeah. So later on, he was still talking to the BX Bullet woman. And he told BX Bullet, he said, BX Bullet, he said, now, the game was a fake. Oh, the game was a fake. He's an intelligent guy. He just came up with that game so he could get Anna's panties. It was so funny, man. I was like, no, John, wrong again. That game was 100% legitimate. It was 100% legitimate. Now, I didn't expect them to do the game, but the idea of the game was 100% real, because I said, you know what? I'm serious. I think what'll be funny is, I mean, not funny, but I'm serious. The only thing that's really missing from these girls is that vaginal scent, a good one. And so, hey, I do think it'll be a fun game to do. And if it is a way to put a scent into a spray can, so to speak, down in the future, oh yeah, that's something that I think would be very cool to do. But for the sake of the game, I think it'd be fun as hell, man. Just think about guys or even girls being able to tune in and be like, okay, out of these 4 to 8 women, who do these guys think have the best aromatic vagina? You see what I'm getting at? That's gold, right? That is more than gold. It's platinum. I had all type of fixtures in place to keep it from me being creepy. And I explained it. Let me see this next question up. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, so yeah, the game wasn't fake. It was a legitimate game that I came up with. So then John, see, he the only one who I really got stuff written down about. John said, man, he said, okay, in the game, I suggested the choke out, which, in my opinion, whenever I go into the Jack Show, and once again, if you just tuning in, this whole stream is me having fun tonight, just off the cuff. I answer any dog questions. Hey, I'm J Dog King Hef, and I'm always here for that. But I'm also talking about my journey in my life, and part of my journey in my life was going on to the Jack Show at one time. It's a show hosted by it's supposed to be 4 YouTubers, but right now it's only 3. Cecil, Says, that Star Wars girl, and a guy named John Mallon. And I went on that show and, had fun a couple of times. And the last time that I went, it was explosive, where I was talking about this vagina marination game. And so when I tuned in a little bit to their stream last night, I saw that I achieved the result that I thought I was going to achieve. I was too much for the Jack Show. I was too uncensored for the uncensored Jack Show. I love you guys. So with all that said, when I do go on that show, I have really, to me, I felt like I had a wingman and a guy named Chokeout. He's not he's a regular on the show, but he's not part of the guys that normally host it. He's basically a guy that gets invited just like me. But I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people on this show try to talk about him and say that he goes too far. And I think he got banned off Twitter because I don't see him on there anymore. But he was on Twitter. And people used to always try to say how he goes too far, he an a-hole and things. But I told you, like, sometimes I like a-holes. I mean, good thing about a-holes is they don't really hide nothing from you. They tell you how they feel, right? And I just sort of gravitated toward Chokeout. I think he a cool guy. And I felt like he was a no-holds barred guy. So whenever I used to go over there, even though he used to joke at me too, joke on me too and stuff, I didn't care. But I just felt like that was my ace. That was my guy. So when I was thinking about the rules for this game, and I see you, Austin, I'm going to say hey to everybody in the stream in just a second. But when I was thinking about the rules for this vagina marination contest, I was like, you know what? It won't be fair if I'm the only judge. So once again, John, I'm going to tell you where you were wrong at about the game. He said that I really didn't want Chokeout's help, that it was a cover. It was a cover that I was using to get that, once again, Anna's panties. No. I really did want Chokeout to help me. I really did. Why? Because the game won't be fair. Or you would think that I'm a creep if I'm the only one judging the panties, right? So you need another judge. And I'm sorry, it couldn't be Cecil. It could not be Cecil because I don't trust him. For one, he wouldn't judge Anna's panties fairly. I don't think. I get into that a whole another time, but I don't think he would judge her panties fairly, or either he would come up with something saying that, oh, I don't want to smell Anna's panties, blah, blah, blah. So he couldn't be a judge. John, he couldn't be a judge, not quite for the same reasons, but close to the same reasons. I don't think that, because see, they do a show together. He can't go forward knowing what her vagina smells like. You see what I'm getting at? It has to be somebody like me who's not part of the show. And Chokeout, who's in sort of a outlier. Now, Chokeout, he did have a girlfriend. So when I was coming up with my list for somebody to help me judge, he was really the only person I could choose because I was like, you know what? Chokeout is enough of a renegade to where he might enter the smelling game because he admitted with me that a marinated vagina is a thing of beauty. Lord have mercy. Believe me, it's a thing of beauty. If you ain't whipped a human vagina that smells good, and then it sits overnight after it was clean to begin with, and then you smelled it that next morning, and it was just even that much more better, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But Chokeout said that he knew what I was talking about. So I was like, you know what? He'll be a perfect judge to help me judge these panties. And so Chokeout was going to be a judge. So John, that's where you're wrong. Chokeout was going to be a legitimate judge. Now, once again, just to clarify, they were not going to send full panties. I just wanted a piece of the panty. Once again, so you will know me or Chokeout couldn't do anything crazy with it, like put it on my girls or just stash it in my drawer for later use. And then the other provision I had was once we judge, we have to send the cloth back. And as y'all can hear Luke over here playing and doing what he does late night. I don't even get mad at my cats when they do stuff like that because it's late at night and it's in the cat's nature to start messing around. So he over there doing something destructive. I figured out after the stream. So that's how all of that laid out. He sort of threw me off right there, but oh yeah. So yeah, we would send it back. So it would diffuse any of the creepiness talk. It would legitimately be just a competition. Hold on, guys. Legitimately be just a competition. And I didn't see Amira Baker come, but she was like the first person that popped in on my stream. She popped in like at 1:30 or so. And if she's still around, I just want to tell her hi. And before I go any further, I think that's a good place to stop just for a second. So just to set the bar, the last thing I said was that Chokeout was legitimate. That was true. I think he would have been a good judge with me. We wasn't planning on keeping any underwear. So that's another thing. And I just think this competition would have been epic. Because in my mind, I said I still may do it, right? I may even do it tonight. I may even do what I'm finna tell you about tonight. But I said, you know what? In the back of my mind, I said, you know what? That would be so amazing. Because just think about Anna, Whitney, just throw any other two girls. They got this new girl that comes on there, Brittany Venti. She's sort of sexy, but I can't lie. I tuned into her live stream the other day, and she did something that just straight disgusted me. I was like, "Ooh, Lord, Jesus Christ!" But she hot though. But I've been saying, you get 3 or 4 or 5 of those girls, right? And just think, now they have to wait to see where the scent of their vagina ranks. I just thought that would be so hilarious. And just think about it, man. They'd have to sit there and listen to where their vagina scent ranked. And I was wondering, I'm like, you know what? Now keep in mind, I wonder where these scents would actually rank. And you know what? Before the end of this show, I might do a phantom vagina scent ranking between a couple of those girls. Through my imagination, I might tell you guys who I think has the best smelling vagina before this stream ends. But let me check in with the comment section. I'm just having fun, guys. I normally go over on the Jack Show, and they have all these outlandish conversations and things of that nature. And truth be told, I'm so busy lately, just having fun doing my own show. I haven't even looked up to go. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. My nose is sort of running a little bit. I don't know why. Sorry. But I haven't had a chance to really look up and try to even do anything else like jump on somebody else's show. But I've had so much in the ammunition because I'm like, yeah, whenever I go back over there, I'm going to talk about this and talk about that and let them know this and that. And I don't want to be bringing all of this to my channel, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, hey, I want to stay on my dog topic. But this actually, to me, relates to the dog topic to a certain degree. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and talk about a little bit of this stuff on my channel. They don't got to have all the juicy stuff that I got to tell. I can tell some of this stuff to my people. So with all that said, let me catch up with some of the comments, and I'm going to jump right back in with some of the things I wrote down. Oh, man, I see a lot of people I want to say something to them popped in here. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all came in with a lot of comments real quickly on me. Ludacris in the house. What up, my friend? Okay, man. I'm gonna hit these. I'm gonna hit y'all comments right quick. Maxie say 100. What up, Maxie? Hey, I've been seeing Maxie come in on my channel recently. What up, Maxie? Good to see you, man. He says he don't watch TV anymore. He doesn't even watch TV anymore. I feel you on that, brother. I still watch TV because I gotta watch sports, and it's certain things I look at, but I don't look at news. Sleepy Slug says it reminds me of the ink spot saying too much of that stuff can drown. I'm gonna say drown out your life. That's what he's trying to say. Sleepy Slug, and he right. It sure can. Blue CCG says, I can't look at the news every day. It puts so much anxiety in your heart. You damn right. Austin Steele says, late night J stream. Let go. What up, Austin? Maxie, mainstream media is the worst. I ain't gonna even add nothing to that. Sleepy Slug says, oh, I embrace the creep. It's why Hut is my avatar. Nothing to prove. I got my girls and I'm happy. And look, Slug, Sleepy Slug, I did a show talking about, it was some girl, a while back trying to say I was a creep, calling this whole thing creepy. And I was just like, nah, guess what? That creepy talk is just a way to deter men from coming over here to this side. And I was just like you, Sleepy Slug. I know what I am in my heart. A creep is a individual that's really doing some just low down type, low level things. And guess what? Being in the dog life don't make you one of them. Now I ain't coming at the Jack show. You know, like I said, they just over there joking. But I'm saying just that word, people who really mean to call you a creep in the true sense of the word, nah, man, that ain't what this is. You know, I ain't saying there ain't no creeps that are dog owners, but it's just creeps that's just walking around here that ain't dog owners. So it's just creeps in the world anyway. But being a dog owner don't make you a creep. Sleepy Slug says Chrissy is pretty cool. Chrissy is funny. I've heard her talk, and like I say, she's not an unattractive woman. She's just, from what I've seen, you know, because I could see her in person and be like, oh Lord. But just from what I've seen, she ain't just that jump off the page, I just gotta have you look good type of girl. She looks okay to me. That's what I meant. Just out of the group. Austin Steele says, Jay Hefner, so you know me and my real dog have been spending a lot of time together, but I feel bad for Asa. Do you think a new, fresh, clean wig might help? Look, man, if you feel like, yeah, it could help. You know, doing any little thing for your girl could make her feel better. So yeah, you could get her a new wig, man, you know, and make her feel a little bit better. But look, you need to adopt the mentality that I have. My girls don't get jealous. My girls do not get jealous, my friend. So if your girls ain't getting jealous, don't worry about it. Enjoy your new girl for a while. Asa had you out herself for a long time. It's time for your new girl to enjoy you for a second. Asa can come back out. Now, if you wanted to come back out, just pop it back out for a day or so. But with all that said, get her a new wig. That'll make her feel good. Max, Sleepy Slug even agreed. He said, definitely a new wig or change up in style. I have a girl I was neglecting badly. I gave her a black wig and red eyes, and wow, she became an all-new girl. Honestly, that's another reason that Austin has been out with me lately is because I'm, you know, even though I sort of need to redo her hair, I think, but it looked good to me though. But I'm sort of reconnecting with her, and she's been out over the last several days because I'm actually enjoying her. She actually let me kiss on her a couple times now, and she didn't watch sports games. Her eyes still look like she don't know what the hell is happening, but she's trying. I'm like, you know what, Austin, I like this new version of you. So, you know what? We can change it up. And I say one thing. Look, when you got multiple girls, you got to have a plan to spread the love. Because right now, as you've seen, two of my girls, Saima and Secretary Tsunade, they've been off the scene for a few days. Well, I'm not stressing over it because right now, it's like the girls sort of speak to me. I know when it's time for them to come out. You know, I know when it's their rotation to come out. And I'm sort of hearing some faint voices, but it's not their time yet. It's not their time yet. But believe me, you can end up neglecting your girl if you don't intentionally keep them in the rotation. So when you got multiple girls, that's something you have to intentionally do. Maxie said dogs are normal in Japan. Well, Maxie, dogs are normal everywhere in my mind. They will be soon. Don't worry about that. He said, are those dogs Japanese made? No, these aren't Japanese made. These dogs are Chinese made. All of these dogs were made in Chinese factories. Japanese dogs, from what I know, the only company that I know of, I mean, I know it's probably more than their company, but the company that I'm really familiar with is Orient Industries. I think it's Orient Industries. I think that's it. I think that's what it's called. But that they are one of the they're a very high level dog company. They like right up under Real Dog. You know, they almost on par with Real Dog as far as their quality. Now, when I look at their models, you know, they have mostly Asian models, of course, with all Asian models. And I like they don't have a big choice from what I've saw. But they have some great and amazing dogs. but these are not Japanese made. But I do want one from Orient Industries. I think that's the name of that place. I might be getting that name wrong. Ludacris, he already said something. He said late night. He said late stream. Buckle up, baby. We ready. Luda, what up, Luda in the building, baby? Good to always have you, my friend. Sleepy Slug. He said I like the term campaign doll. Sex doll is so limited in what they actually do. Max is saying, bro. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna put this up there for a second. Once again, you can only control your mouth in this world. And I'm like I said, that's why I'm only having fun with what the Jack Show said. I'm not mad at them or anything. I'm just sort of ironing out a few details over there only because I'm having fun with them. If I was upset at them at all or felt like they was just trying to hang me at a stake, I wouldn't even do this show. I just ignore the negative like I tell you guys and keep pushing. But I'm having fun with this. But when I heard them using the term sex doll, after I've been there and sort of explained them my stance on it and how I feel about it and all, I was just tripping because I was like, you know what? This is the type of battle that I'm going to be fighting in the real world. Meaning that, you know what? I'm going to be coming with the term campaign doll, letting people know that these girls are multifaceted. They're more than what they're marketed as, But as I do that, I already know as soon as I walk out the room, those same people are going to say sex doll again. Because especially if you don't own a doll and you're not in the life, you're not going to fully understand all the other capabilities of the doll. And that's another reason why my channel exists. That's another reason why my mission exists, is because I'm going to keep on fighting and keep on pushing the agenda so the term campaign doll can be more readily understood and more readily known and more readily accepted. Because these girls, although you can order one, have one come to your house and just have sex with her, and that's all you use her for, man, if anybody out there that thinks that's what these are and that's all, they're just toys to have sex with, no, they are not. I haven't had sex with mine, and I'm finna go. Look, I'm gonna be at the second year before I know it. I'm closing in on a year and a half right now of no sex. And I was just telling my brother this morning, we was talking on the phone for a while. I was like, look, bro, I keep telling people when I have sex, but man, it's getting to the point where it's just not even in my thinking. I just love my girls the way I live with them now. And I'm like, man, at this point, it's sort of almost in the back of my head, like, if I was to have sex today, I'd be doing it to prove a point or to make somebody else happy, to say, hey, y'all, I did it. You happy now? But no, it ain't in my spirit to do that yet. So, like I say, with all that said, they're a lot more than me because we don't even have sex. So, yeah, that's why I say that term is so dated. It's dated, man. Just come on down. Let me see what's happening. Maxie said, you in Phoenix? Now, I don't know. Oh, he talking to somebody else. Maxie talking to Sleepy Slug. Austin still says, Sleepy Slug. That's what I thought. I resisted because he said a nice lace front wig costs a fair bit of money, but it will be a black wig, preferably styled right. I can't lie, and I know I said that choppily, but man, it's only one black wig I have that really looks right on my girls. It's a short wig. But man, I'm not really with the black wigs as much. But some of them do look great. Maxie says some vaginas are disgusting. Right, and I'm not talking about those, because guess what? It's just, I'm just good on being empathetic, but not only empathetic, but just seeing things on both sides. Yeah, some vaginas are disgusting. Guess what? For women, some penises are disgusting. It's on both sides. And honestly, a vagina should be more of a challenge to keep clean than a penis, because it's an open area down there at all times. Man, some of these dudes can't even keep their testicles clean. So, it's on both sides. But a nasty vagina, that ain't the one I'm talking about. Believe me. Austin still says, but he said, because what else you gonna give to an Asa Akira real doll? You can give her, you can give her a ring or something. You can give her a necklace. You can order her a new color eyes, so when you put her face on, that she has her own on her own eyes. Cause you can go on Real Dog, but I think it's several hundred. I know you ain't trying to spend money right now like that. I'm just saying though, if you were to ever think about that, that'd be something to think about, like getting a new set of eyes from Real Dog, changing out the eyes. That way, when you put that Asa head in, she got a whole new look for sure. And I'm just taking a break. The subject of this show, I was talking about my Jack Show experience, talking about this marination experience that happened on there. They were sort of talking about it yesterday. I tuned in. It had me laughing, man, because I went on there and I was telling them about this vagina marination game that I came up with. And they said a lot of different things on there last night that had me laughing. And I just wanted to talk about a few of those things. And the last thing that I said was, my guy John Madden on that show, he said something about that I didn't really want Choke Out with me. And that's the guy that visits that show a lot. And I was like, yeah, I do want Choke Out with me. I do want him with me. I wanted him to judge that game with me, because guess what? I didn't want to be the only judge, because that would look wrong. So I'll get back to those comments in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and answer a few more of these. My Sleeping Sub, no, Mike Latoria says, "Hey Jay, I'm wondering what type of dog to get. Would it be too much to ask if you can show us what your dogs are packing?" Now, I can't show you anything like that, Mike Latoris, on this channel, or I get flagged. So I can't show you anything explicit on here. But I tell you this, man. Look, if you really want to just see some pictures or something, go click on my site. I mean, not my site, but go click on my affiliate link on my about page on YouTube. It's the Sexy Real Sex Doll link. You click on that link. That's one of the many legitimate vendors that you can use. You don't have to use them, but just go there. This is what I would do. Click on brands. Just start going through all the brands. Believe me, you're going to see all the explicit and revealing pictures that you want to see. Now, if you want to see what type of girl Callie is, go to the Kimber Doll site, and you'll be able to see what you can imagine what Callie would look like without clothes on by going to their site. So that ought to help you out a lot, Mike. Sleepy Sugg says she knew what's up. He said, Maxie said, women of today are horrible. Some of them. But like I say, some men are too. Like I say, it's a both-sided thing. I don't think I know some channels out here try to promote that it's all about the woman being bad. That's not my channel. It's not all about the woman being bad. Men got a lot of bad stuff going on too. I love us now. Hey, I'm a man. But man, I know dudes to hit women upside the head and all that type of stuff. That ain't good. Man, just leave if you ain't happy. What you hitting a woman for? Just get out. So, like I say, I've witnessed all type of stuff on both sides. Ooh, that's a great idea, Maxie. Maxie said buy some veils for the dolls. That would be nice. Ooh, that's sweet, Maxie. I've seen those veils. That would be cool. Sleepy Sugg says he has a veil for his roles on Sundays. That's cool. Maxie says veils are a show of respect for women. Sleepy says, I know nothing about Orthodox, but their Sunday dress is fantastic. And I'm just trying to catch up with a few of these comments so I can get back to my story. But Sleepy says, I've seen some hijab that look really nice. I ain't gonna even lie. Saima is named after a girl that wore hijab. And man, those hijabs, I can't lie. I don't know how those women that wear those still look. You can still see their beauty with just seeing their eyes. It's amazing, just seeing, a little bit of their face. You can still see all of their beauty. It's amazing, man, how that works. Austin said, I overcorrected getting a whole new face for my real dog, and I love her to pieces. but keeping a porn star in the closet feels like a crime. Ah, hey, you got to bring her out every now and then. Sleepy Slug. Jack Green says, oh, even if you didn't expect them to actually do the game, it gave us the best. Oh, I want to hear this. And I'm going to get back to the game on this note right here. Jack Green said, oh, even if you didn't expect them to actually do the game, he said it gave us the best entertainment of that whole week. Their faces when you were explaining it were... That's the... Man, I'm so glad you brought that up, Jack. It had me laughing so hard. Man, when I was explaining that game, I'm telling you, that's why I say, Cecil, if you're listening, you haven't invited me back. Well, you did finally invite me back this last time. Or not this last stream, but a couple of streams ago. But I'm letting you know. It's going to be, you may not want to invite me back for something I got to ask or say basically on that show. But I say this. When I was explaining the game, everybody was having a good old time. Chokeout was laughing. John Mallon, this is the funniest shit of that show. Excuse my language again. He had a skull mask on. And you could almost see his expression through the skull mask when I was telling this story. That's what really had me laughing that night. I was dying because John, he don't even know. And since I'm not over there, I would have loved to tell him, hey man, he don't even need to show his real face anymore. He just need to have a mask on all the time, or at least 80% of the time. He need to be like Cecil, man. Just put the skull mask on, because that night he had me dying laughing. But they looked like they saw ghosts. But no, they didn't look like they saw ghosts. Cecil looked like he saw a ghost. And I say this, I won't go further into it, but some of you may understand where I'm going with this. Every time me, John, and Chokeout was laughing about the whole marination game, and we was really getting into it, my good friend Cecil would always find a reason to change the subject. And I definitely have something more to say, but I'm not going to delve that far into it on my channel. I have to go back over there because I don't want to go that deep on my side. But let me see something right quick. Cool. Now, I'm going to get back to the comments from that Jack show and that whole experience. So the last thing I left off was, and if you're just tuning in, I'm talking about that whole Jack show experience. I went to this thing called the Jack Show back earlier in my YouTube journey. They invited me over there for an interview on their show, and it's hosted by like 3 YouTubers. And I went over there. It's supposed to be a no holds barred show. And one of the last times I went over there, I was talking about a vagina marination game. And I ain't gonna tell the long story of how it came up again, but I came up with the game to test vaginas, to test the scent of vaginas. Because as you've heard me say before, I love the scent of an amazing smelling vagina, a woman that keep herself up, a human vagina. And so I said, you know what? We ought to have a game, a contest over here between all the top girls of the Jack show and see who got the best smelling vagina. And maybe one day we'll actually turn it into a set that can be used on the girls one day. And I give whoever won all the credit. So with all that said, we're going to get back to the game. Oh, and one of the last things I did end on was they had a guest over there recently called BX Bullet. She's a woman. And she was actually agreeing with my contest saying, hey, that sounds like us how women test men's penises. She actually thought that the game would be sort of cool from what I heard her say. So a little bit later, let me see what else he said. Oh, no. Okay. A little bit later, I'm off John now, it looks like, because I see that I got written down that John said something about me wanting to put the panties on the doll, but I've already talked about how that's not why I started the competition. But I did say if by some token, she did want to send me the panties, the full panties, I'd take them, but I'm not requesting them. But later on, Oh yeah. If you go back and listen to that stream, this is the part that had me laughing. They all think I have this gigantic crush on Anna. But that's, and I don't want Anna to see this or be like, oh, you don't got a crush on me? Nah, Anna, because I know you love me. I think Anna's an attractive woman. She's a beautiful girl. I've said that time. I can't say that enough. She's an attractive girl. So I'm not trying to say I kick her out the bed. I wouldn't. If I was in the human girl department, I'd be attracted. You know, she'd be somebody I'd be like, ooh, I wouldn't mind talking to her. But the truth is, I'm not after her like that or anything. I'm happy. I got my girls. I got my girls, and I've told Anna that, hey, I know that she likes me. But guess what? She can't get me right now because I got my girls. I've told her that. I know that she likes me. Well, the funny thing about it is Anna likes these big muscular guys and things. She even said it on the stream. She likes these big muscular guys. And I'm 6 feet, right at 6 feet. And she said on the last stream that she don't like guys over 5'9". So keep in mind, I'm skinny. I'm only like 160 on a good day. And then I'm over her height requirement. And I don't know about if she even dates black men at all. And I don't even like this. I just say, hey, man or men of color or whatever you want to say. Because I don't even like talking about, like I told you before, I don't even think about races anymore. I think of us all as a human race. We're just different pigments. But with all that said, I always say, no, she got the crush. See, she's got the crush. Even though I don't fit her what she likes, she got the crush on me. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm like her black Han Solo. Yep. I was going to say that over there, but I'm letting you know. That's why she got a crush on me. Because I'm that scoundrel that don't need her. I'm that scoundrel that don't need her. And what she doesn't know is I haven't read one of my Star Wars books that's behind me in a long time. But I know a lot of Star Wars history, baby. And I would challenge her damn near on any level as far as her Star Wars knowledge, unless you want to talk about some of this new crap, which is horrible. All of it's pretty much horrible except for Rogue One. So, with all that said, I had heard Cecil or somebody say during the stream, it had me laughing. They said, all of them said it, but if you go back and listen to the stream, it was about at the hour and 30-minute mark when all this stuff started cranking up. But Cecil, I told you, man, when I get back over there, Cecil, I mean, you gonna have a good little talk. I can't wait. But everybody was like, yeah, he like Anna. I heard Cecil's voice. Yeah, he like Anna. I was like, damn, Cecil, what the heck? And I was like, nah, bro, it ain't serious like that, my friend. I think she's attractive, but I'm good. So later on, Anna was like, he dressed up one of his guys like me, and called it a Star Wars girl. And let me tell you something, Anna. I really didn't dress her up like you, right? But I'm glad you flattered because I can see it in her eyes. I saw that she was happy that the Dark King said that Callie was that Star Wars girl. Let me tell you what happened. I was doing a video, and I had this Star Wars shirt that I wanted to put on Callie anyway. I mean, long ago, even well before I even met that Star Wars girl. And one day, I forgot the nature of the show, but we did several shows, about 2 or 3 shows, and she had that Star Wars shirt on. I love that shirt too. It's an old school shirt with Luke, Han, R2D2, Leia, all them on it. And she'd be like, yeah, he dressed the doll up like me, and and said, hey, this is that Star Wars girl and stuff. And so then they went into a whole little diatribe where BX Bullet was like, oh, you think he took your picture and put it on one of the dolls? I'm like, no. They got me laughing with that stuff. I like, nah, all my girls are just beautiful enough that I don't need to do that. But let me tell you something. I was on Twitter one day, and somebody had generated like a fake Anna doll And I can't lie, Anna did look pretty smoking as a doll. And I did say this. Oh, I'd get that doll, though. I would get that doll. But just back to the Callie thing, when she said that I dressed Callie up like that, just to let Anna know, I just put her in that Star Wars shirt and all of that, and we did our shows. But once I got her in her shirt, that's when I was like, hey, guess what? You ain't got to wait for Anna or Thana, so to speak. You could make one if you really want one. So that's how that came up. That wasn't me making my girl into Anna and saying, hey, yeah, ooh, I got Anna here with me. No, that wasn't that. But I'm glad you were flattered because I know you were. I know you were, Anna or Thana. I know you were. You love me. And guess what? They don't know it, but no, they do know it. That's the thing. They know it. So, with all that said, let me see what else. Oh, now this one thing I did get confused about, and I'm actually dumb. Like I said, I wasn't breaking all that stuff down. They said a lot of stuff, but I laughed at a lot of that stuff. It was funny. I just wanted to break a little bit of it down because I'm friends of the show, and I haven't been on there in a while. And hell, I don't know when I'm ever going back there because I'm very busy right now. But I did want to just say a few things to what they said. Because like I said, this ain't going to be a 20-hour stream. I just wanted to come in and check in with you guys. But the last thing that was said, and I didn't get this, and I don't even know how Anna was answering this, but a viewer said, do you know when Jay became a Star Wars fan? And so I don't know what exactly he was asking, because Anna came in and she was like, she read the question. She said, hey, when did Jay become a Star Wars fan? And she said, oh, he became a Star Wars fan at the end of the show, at the end of that show, that initial show that he was on. And I'm like, I don't understand what she's talking about. And I don't know whether that guy was asking, was I a Star Wars girl fan? Or whether I was a Star Wars fan. Because I've been a Star Wars fan damn near forever. It wasn't, no show motivated me to be a Star Wars fan. Like, that's just part of my nerdhood, you know. Hey, I love cartoons, anime, sci-fi, all type of things like that. And man, look, that's why this new Star Wars has pissed me off so much. All of this stuff should never have existed anyway. But just to answer that guy's question, and if Anna tunes in, she'll know too. Now, I became a Star Wars fan ever since I've been a kid. You know, I've been on it, and I've read books and books on it. And so Star Wars made me mad because George Lucas, for one, I can't get mad at this man for selling his franchise and wanting to retire and chill out. But I'll say this. He didn't pay attention to the right things, because this new Star Wars trilogy is crap. They messed it all the way up. And I'm not going to go all the way into that diatribe on my channel right now, but they messed it all the way up. Let me tell you, and I'm going to give you just this quick shot before I get back to the comments, and we're going to look to end this beautiful reunion we have here. The trilogy that we saw, The Last Jedi, should never have been made. Long ago, Lucas, before Mark Hamill and my guy Harrison Ford, and I forgot my girl that played Princess Leia, I can't think of her name off the bat. Before all them got too old, too old, because they could have been older when this movie I'm talking about was made. They were supposed to make a trilogy from Timothy Zahn, a Star Wars trilogy from Timothy Zahn. Let me see, what was the name of it? Because it's slipping my mind right now. Hold on. Oh, yeah. They should have made that trilogy called it's a book called Heir to the Empire. And it's a trilogy revolving around this book that Timothy Zahn wrote. A lot of people know who this guy is now that I'm finna mention. I'm gonna get back to my dog topic. But the guy that I'm finna mention is Admiral Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn. He was in this book. I'm not going to tell this whole story, but it was said that if Admiral Thrawn had have been around at the time that the movie Return of the Jedi took place, if he had been the admiral there battling with the rebellion, they all would have died. They all would have died because they said Admiral Thrawn was such a master tactician that it would have been nothing that the rebels could have done that day to defeat him. The thing is, Admiral Thrawn was in deep space on a special mission that the Emperor sent him on. The Emperor sent him to go guard something called the Sun Destroyer. It was like a Death Star on a whole nother level in deep space while the Return of the Jedi was happening. Well, this trilogy had so many things happening in it, and it was set to take place like, I think it was, let me see, after the Empire. Oh, it was like 3 years after Return of the Jedi is when it took place. So that trilogy is the one that should have been made long ago. But they passed by that and a lot of other great trilogies that they could have made to make the recent trilogies. And they messed all of them up. They messed all of them up. Every single one of them. So, I'm going to stop talking about Star Wars. But like I told you, this particular show is pretty much a mixed bag. Pretty much a mixed bag. And matter of fact, I don't even see I've been doing this whole stream. We're going to be out of here, and I forgot to put my banner up. This whole show is a quick run. A quick run. I said I was going to stop through, have fun, and just talk about whatever. So with all that said, I done had my fun with the Jack show. Then sort of tweaked a couple of things they said. So if they ever come over here, they'll learn what they sort of might have messed up on. And Anna, if she come over here, once again, look, baby, don't get brokenhearted. Hey, look, I'm the Black Han Solo. I know you still love me. I ain't leaving you out there. I ain't leaving you. I still love you too, but you can't supersede them yet. You cannot supersede them yet. You got your man, and that's fine. But what he don't know is when you see the Black Han Solo, you might lose it. You might lose it. So with all that said, let me check out these comments. Okay. Sleepy Sug says, that's cool, Maxie. I think dolls fit the Muslim lifestyle so much better than real girls. Actually, he's saying something right there, because that's something I sort of said to my brother earlier. I may have, you know what? Sleepy Slug, I may have to talk about that at a later time. I may have to talk about that at a later time. And I need to, I'm sorry. Hey, look, I got my phone right here. I can write that down. I'm sorry, guys. I got to write that down right quick because it's something that I want to talk about later. And I just put it right here. All right, perfect. But Sleepy Sug, that was a good comment. He said he thinks dolls fit the Muslim lifestyle so much better than real girls. Let me see. I'm just going through the comments. Sleepy Sug said Chokeout is a true lad. I like Chokeout, man. He cool, man. I like him. Austin Steele says salute. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. I'm laughing, y'all. I'm finna show y'all what I'm laughing at. Sleepy Sug says Maxie also Dolls don't get into a project, ignore your offer to help, and then complain that no one is there to help them. Haha. I can't lie. I'm laughing at that Sleeping Sug because that sounds like a real personal event that happened right there. But I know exactly what you mean on that, though. But that's funny. Steve says Danny Brown with the lady. Man, everybody always call me Danny Brown, but I promise you, when I see this guy, I don't. But to me, I can't tell you how y'all see him. But I say this. I hope the ladies don't think I look like that dude, because man, that dude, he looks strange. Maybe I look strange. Who knows though? No, I don't. I'm a handsome man, baby. Remember that. Always call yourself attractive. No matter what, you call yourself attractive. Remember that. Sleepy Sug. He said Chokeout would be a perfect judge. See? Chokeout would be a perfect judge. That's what I thought. Oh, he talked Sleepy. Oh, these old comments because Sleepy Sug said something about my cat, I guess. He said it's the same hours of night when tigers hunt. They're all felines. Yep. He talked about my cats that was fighting earlier. Junior Diamond says, do they wear panties? Dog. Yeah, mine do. It all depends on the dog owner, but yeah, mine wear panties. And I can't lie, after a while they get a TPE, a small little TPE scent in it. It'll remind you a little bit of a vagina, but not quite. Oh, Andy the Virgo says, hey man, what's up? Came across your channel from a post on Snapchat. You live quite the brave life, bro. Oh man, appreciate you, Andy, and I'm glad to have you here, man. I can't lie, I try to shoot down the bravery aspect of it all, but like I say, it is a certain amount of bravery. And I'm sorry if I'm licking my lips, my lips getting dry. Let me take a sip of my coffee or something. It does take a certain amount of bravery to just go out there and face the masses. That is true. Plague says I haven't watched TV in 10 years. She said sure. He said sure. Streaming services whenever there's time, but TV, heck no. And like I said, I don't look at much TV. I definitely don't. But I look at my sports on TV. Andy the Virgo says, I saw a cheap model for less than 300. Okay, good. Don't touch it. Don't go nowhere near any dolls for no $300. Don't even think about it. And the Virgo says, let's hope Illuminati doesn't get your girls. Nah, Illuminati can't touch anything that's protected by God, my friend. I ain't worried about no Illuminati. Hey, when you fear things, that's when things come upon you. Sleepy Sug says the Illuminati will have to survive the bears and cougars out here. And Sleepy Sug says the harem live. No, I'm not with that, Austin. I think it's appropriate, but you can call them whatever you want to, or anybody can call them whatever they want to. That's definitely a free choice, to call them whatever you want to call them. But Austin says he thinks that calling them a companion dog is a bit excessive. And everybody definitely has a right to their opinion, but for me, no, because that's exactly what they are. They are to me. You can still have sex with your dog and be your companion, and maybe you don't think your dog is. I ain't talking about you, but maybe people out there don't think their dog is a companion. But for me, it's appropriate because a companion is all encompassing. It's there for you in all aspects, like my girls. And the truth is, the more that I grow with them, the more they're there for me, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Because like I say, I was even telling my brother today, I was like, man, you know that I'm not playing with people. I mean, I live this real life, off camera. It may be some people like, oh yeah, he turned the camera off. He ain't studying the dogs, man. You don't understand. This is my real life. I believe in everything I'm telling you. Yes, they aren't just dolls, in my opinion. They're more than just dolls. Dolls to me is not giving them the title that they deserve. A doll, you just calling it a doll, people can just, oh yeah, this is like a baby doll. Nah, bro. It's not like no baby doll. This ain't like a toy. This ain't like a normal doll that a kid would have. Nah, man. It has its similarities, but it's on a whole nother level because as a grown adult, one of these girls can be your true companion in life. So that's why I say that. Austin says, I dress my girls up and spend time with them, no different than some girls do with their Barbies. My ladies are just adult size, and the other, and that's the thing, though. I might dress my girls up like Barbies, but they ain't Barbies. And it's also about a mindset. If you want to keep yourself, and I ain't just talking about you, but anybody, if you want to keep yourself in a space in your mind, and you want to like say, I don't want to go there in my imagination, then that's where you'll stay. If you only want to see them as products, or if you just want to see them as commodity, hey, it's just a doll I throw clothes on. It don't mean anything more than that. That's what they'll be to you. You will never experience the imagination part of it that I'm telling you. You'll never go to the levels that I'm telling you if you just say, oh, this is just a toy. Oh, yeah, I just put clothes on it. No, it's nothing. So if you want to go to the higher levels, you won't regard it as just a thing that's sitting around the house or that you just throw. And I'm not saying you do that still, because I think that you give your girls personality. But I'm saying if you giving them personality and giving them life, well, by that token, they're a little bit more than the average doll that even a child would have. Because I've even explained, as a child, I did a lot of the same things I do with my dolls as far as the imagination, giving them personalities and things of that nature. But this is on a whole nother level, because if I so chose to do it, I could have a physical relationship with them. And just the option to do that takes this whole relationship on a whole nother level than when I was a kid with my toys. Because when I was a kid with my toys, I imagined them, when I was playing with them, they might have looked bigger in my mind, as I was playing with them, imagining the fights and things that they would be doing. Well, guess what? I don't have to imagine them being bigger. They are adult sized. They are really life sized. So it's just a whole big difference to me. But once again, I'm not one of these guys out here with this new society that we live in, that if you call somebody by the wrong title, oh, I'm so offended. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm going to call them what I want to call them. If anybody out there refuses, let's just say, no matter who you are, if you want to keep, I'm calling them sex dolls, forget you. Okay, I'm not going to get mad at you. Hey, that's your freedom. If you want to not call them companion dolls, you just want to call them dolls, that's your choice. Not going to get mad, not upset at all. Hey, but I choose to call it companion dolls because I just feel like they have a lot more to offer. Let's see. Sean Bertram comes in. He says, good to see you, Jay. Love your content. Yeah. Let me see this. This is a good comment here. He said, good to see you, Jay. Love your content. He said, oh, yeah. Venti have some epic. Yep. It's her thing. For your information, Cecil's supposed to host the next Jack Show on Thursday. Once again, like I say, I'm open to ever go back if they offer me, but like I say, I ain't dying to go either. Like I say, I'm pretty busy. So, but if they offer me, I will go back and have a little fun with them. But I want to say something about what you said. You actually uncovered what I was going to talk about, and I still may make a show about it because I already know everybody doesn't watch the streams and things of that nature. But I was either going to put that in one of my human tips of the week coming up, or do a show about it. But it'll be when nobody expects it anyway, though. But that's exactly what happens. It was so filthy. I have an old show that before I had my dogs that I talked about women and that nasty filth and belching. It's so nasty and disgusting for a woman to do that stuff. And by me living in the South, most women down here have manners where they act womanly, where they don't do all that belching and loud farting and stuff. Like, like if you've been with a woman for 30 years and you married to them and going with them and they get the belching and farting and stuff, man, that's par for the course. Y'all do that around each other all the time. But just having a woman just doing that all out in public, just off the cuff, it's just so much of a turnoff. And I had a girl that did that one time that I made a video about a long time ago. Uh, and it turned me off so bad I couldn't even hardly see her the same anymore. So what happened was I had seen Brittany on the Jack show one day. I was like, man, that girl's sort of nice looking human woman. I said, she ain't a bad looking human woman. I said, I love to check her out sometimes, see what she's talking about. Cause like I told you, I'm not against human women like that. I still think they're attractive and all that. Hey, look, I check them out sometime, you know. And so I said, you know what? One day I had just thought about her. I had seen on a live stream that I had got invited on, but I got the invite too late. I seen her and I said, you know what, man? Let me go check on this Brittany Venti girl. Let me see what she looked like. Man, I started looking at her string, and she just was sitting there talking. Man, it wasn't 5 minutes in, man. She did one of the nastiest, funkiest, stinkiest sounding belches. I call it a belch when you do all that. It was such a turn off. I said, I don't even, like I say, she looks good, but she ain't my type no more. You know, like I say, I might not be her type. It don't matter, but I'm just saying, like, like I say, look, you see how bad I hate that stuff. Because the girl I was talking to in my life, she was like, well, I told her, I said, I'm sorry, that's nasty, that's disgusting. She said, oh, really? She said, oh, that's normal. My mom used to do that all the time. I said, your mom do that? I said, that runs in the family? She said, yeah. I said, where are you from? She said, oh, I'm from, I think she's from Chicago or somewhere. But either way, she was from up north. And that's when I started thinking, like, damn, is this a North thing? The up North women do all that belching and burping and all that nasty crap? But, you know, like I say, I'm not here to try to tear anybody down. I promise I'm not. You know, I'm fun loving and I want to send love to everybody. But also, this is just my opinion on attractiveness and things of that nature. Because I definitely don't want to talk about that girl. Keep in mind, anything I say ain't going to stop dudes from being in her DM. She a nice looking girl. But just for me, that's a deal breaker when you get to doing all that belching. And I was like, man, you would have had to see it. As soon as I tuned in and she did it, it was just so vulgar. And I don't mean to yell at you. I'm sorry if I got too loud on y'all just then. But man, it was so vulgar. I said, damn, Brittany, I wasn't expecting a fine girl like you to do that. And I know that, and see, that's the only other thing about Anna. Anna got a couple of little, because see, I popped in, I be doing my research. I popped in on a couple of Jack shows here or there. I looked at a couple of old ones. Just honestly, I be information hunting, truthfully. I don't look at the whole stream. Sometimes I just pop in for minutes at a time. I said I'm gonna go back and talk about it one time. But I said one time Anna was like scraping a husk off of her foot, and I'm like, what? I said it actually disgusted me a little bit, but not like Brittany. I can work with a husky foot. I mean, I can, if I had to, I could lotion that down. But Anna did a couple of crazy things like that that I've seen her do. They can be put in the disgusting department, right? But it ain't nothing like that damn belch. And I even think that she might have burped on the show, but she didn't do it like Brittany did it from what I heard. And I hope she doesn't do that. I really do. For her sake, because, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with being a short, petite woman with some nasty habits like that. Sleepy Slug said, when John gets drinking, he's hilarious. I'm going to be honest with you. When John, when I was on the show talking about the marination, because on the previous shows, John seemed a bit dry to me. I didn't really have the whole bunch of fun with him just personally. But that show where he had the scud mask on, I was loving John that night. He was having me tripping, man. And now when I tuned back in, he actually had me sort of tripping when I tuned in last night, honestly. I was laughing at him then. Texas Mofo say Anna is short and frumpy anyway. Man, and Anna don't get no big head. But like I said, I like them short women, bro. I love short women. I love short women. Sleeper says, I'm everything Anna hates. She hates blue eyes and fair hair. I might be everything she hates, but I'm also everything she loves. Sleeper Slug says, I actually don't find any of the e-girls attractive. Chrissy comes close. He said he don't. What is an e-girl? I don't know what you mean by e-girls. I don't really know what it means. Sleepy Sug said Jay's a Star Wars guru in his own right. Oh yeah, bro. I'm Star Wars. What? Look, man. When they came out with the Force Awakens, that was the least worst out of that trilogy. And that movie almost ruined my whole childhood. That one movie right there almost ruined my whole childhood. But I sort of started learning to cope with Force Awakens because I was like, you know what? They built a few nice little plots in here. Because man, I can't even think of the black guy's name who was in there yet. I mean, right now in Force Awakens. But they had set his character up. Honestly, if you think about it, at the end of Force Awakens, he got into a lightsaber battle with oh man, I hate that thing so much. I can't even hardly think of their name, but not Ray, but either way, Han Solo's son. I can't think of his name right now. But the black guy, he got into a fight. I can't think of nobody's name, honestly, but he got into a fight with him with a lightsaber at the end of the Force Awakens movie. And if you know anything about Star Wars universe, if you don't know how to handle, if you're not a Jedi, if you don't have the Force abilities, as soon as you pick up a lightsaber, man, your arm getting sliced off. You don't got the Force. You can't move quick enough to block something from a Jedi. You can't do it. So, his name was Finn. The black guy's name was Finn. When Finn was in a lightsaber battle with him, if you notice, he was blocking all of the lightsaber moves. Man, I can't think of the guy's name, man. I hated his acting, by the way. But when he was blocking all those lightsaber moves from that guy, I said, you know what? Finn is going to be a Jedi. I said, now I'm intrigued by what this second movie might be. And also, Finn was developing a romance with Rey in that first movie. So I was sort of hyped up, like, okay, man. And also, before I even end, I'm going to get off of this because I'll be talking about this all night. But also, the way they wrote the movie, they had it set up to where Finn should have been a descendant of Lando Calrissian in some way. They had it all right there. And they took a big dump on it all. The next movie, they act like we didn't remember that Finn was dating Rey and made him start dating some, excuse my language, overweight Asian girl. I'm like, what's happening here? He was supposed to date Rey. They took that all off the board. He didn't go the Jedi route, and truth be told, he pretty much was out of the second movie. They had him doing some old bull crap. So, and I'm not even getting into the mess of Rey and her character. So, make a long story short, I've been a Star Wars fan forever. So when they came out with that trilogy, it ruined my life. One movie I didn't want to go see was Rogue One. Because when it first came out, I was like, it ain't no Jedis in a Star Wars movie. I don't want to see this crap. Now, after I saw it, it's my next favorite movie after the original trilogy because it literally ties into the first trilogy better than damn near anything. And honestly, it's got a couple of corny moments in that movie, but it's got a couple of tear-jerking moments in Rogue One as well. Hey, I promise you, man, like, I really, really, really love that movie, man. I really love that movie. So with all that said, it's the original trilogy, Rogue One, and all the rest of it can go to I don't know where. It was terrible. Texas Mofo say Anna was hammered or saying to be, yeah, Anna was drunk as I don't know. She ended up getting pretty drunk, especially toward the end, because I think I checked back in towards the end to see what they was doing. And man, she was slurring her words. And that's one thing, I don't really get into the drinking stuff. I'm not a drinker like that. I will have an occasional sip of wine. But the one thing I don't like about drinking is you can just totally be lost. You know, I don't like that. Sleepy Slug said somebody made a Greta Thunberg dog. Why would they want a human potato looking girl is beyond me. I don't even know what she looks like to be. I know that name, but I don't really know a lot about her. Texas mofo say they love you, Jay. Hey, look. Hey, I love them too. I love them at the Jack Show too, man. He said, Sleepy Slug said, yeah, they do. He comes up from time to time. Texas mofo say, nah. He said that they said you mentioned it after Anna left. I don't know what you. They said, that's what I don't know what you're talking about, mofo. I mentioned what after Anna left? I'm lost on it. Did I mention Star Wars after she left? Because that's not true. Because me and her were actually talking about having a Star Wars debate before she left. So I don't even know what she's talking about. Sleepy Slug says, the new Star Wars is soulless. Man, that's putting it mildly. Jack Green says, man, I got to go to sleep now. Good night, King. Good night, everybody, man. Good night, man, Jack. I know I was a little late on the comments, but that's all I'm doing now is catching up on these comments, and I'm going to let y'all go to bed. Like I say, this was supposed to be a live stream, baby, and guess what? We still going hard. I don't care, but we finna close it in a second. Sleepy says, good night, Jack Green. Big Mom, my guy that used to be Big Mom's second son of Big Mom. I got to get used to your new name. He said, wow, King, live stream now? Sorry, I'm late. Hey, man, this is an unplanned stream just coming off the cuff. And if you late, I'm pretty much done discussing it now. But this whole stream, it's pretty much was just honestly a mixed bag. But the main theme of this stream was me sort of talking to my friends over there on the Jack Show, just sort of correcting some of the things they said last night, but not in a super serious way, because I love them. I was just having fun. They were having fun last night. Like I said, if it was anything that I was upset about or really bothered me, you wouldn't hear from me, because I don't talk about things that are negative, just straight up negative. You know, I wouldn't even be over here. But I just figured it'd be a good night to do a live stream, have some fun with you guys, because I had another video that I was going to do and drop, but I was like, you know what, it's gonna be Saturday. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, I just want to check in with people today, and get away from the regular programming for a second. And y'all already know I do my I have the Reset Sundays coming up on Sunday, and then we'll get back to the normal programming. But let me see. Sleepy Sug says Thrawn would have been awesome. Thrawn would have been the man, bro. Let me tell you something. They put Thrawn in some of the I can't even think of the name of the cartoons that they put him in, but they put him in some of these recent cartoons because I've seen a lot of them. And they actually put him in the cartoons close to how he was in the books. But in the books, Thrawn was something to behold from a mental standpoint. From a mental standpoint. Man, they said that, like I say, man, he was the true mastermind of the empire. You know, he was basically the emperor's right-hand man. And because he was his right-hand man, he had him way far out in the middle of the galaxy guarding that sun destroyer. Jack Green say, keep being awesome. I appreciate you, Jack Green. Sleepy Slug says, Black Han Solo. Yeah, baby. Texas Mofo say she ain't all that. I'll pass it along. And if you look at, hey, baby, hey, I love you, but hey, guess what? You just got a ways to go to compare with these dogs, baby. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. Man, something else that had me laughing over there was this guy named Camelot. He was on the show too. I ain't gonna, and I had seen a video of his. He was crying one day saying about how his friends. He was talking about his friends or something. It's a video that actually went semi-viral. And he popped in on the show, and that was the first time I had seen him. I had seen that one video of his, and then I seen him pop in there. He was sort of flirting with Anna a little bit on the show. And Anna had me tripping, man, because she was, I forgot. No. I'm trying to think. I'll tell you about it. either way, he was telling Anna about how her butt was faking those pictures and stuff. But he was saying it in a flattering way because he was obviously liking Anna's butt. And I got more to say about that. Because Anna, hey, I tell her when I get her on a Jack show, but she did good with her campaign on that calendar. But what she doesn't know is she did two things that costed her a lot of money. I may talk. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the ending string, but just remember I said that, Texas motherfucker. As good as she did on her campaign, two things cost her a lot of money on that campaign. But let me get back to it. Camelot was saying something about her butt being fake, but he liked that ass because Anna got a nice butt. I can't lie. But she literally, and I know she was drunk, so I ain't gonna hold her totally to this, but she was actually getting literally offended by him just saying that he thought her butt was fake. It had me laughing so hard. And it's just one of them things that women do because by this time she had already shot Camelot down, told him that she didn't want nothing to do with him. She had a man and all this other stuff, and he wasn't her type or something, she said. But it was funny because although he ain't her type, a woman to get wary when you start saying you don't like certain things about them. And look, she was so rough. What do you mean? This is my real butt. This is my real butt. I was like, oh my God. It was hilarious. That part was funny. I had to get out of there though. Sleepy Sug says giving show ideas. Yep, you sure right. Sleepy Sug says two true Texas mofo. Second Son says, Dog King, do you enjoy Japanese music, anime intros? Oh, man, I done downloaded about 5 or 6 anime songs, bro. I downloaded like a couple of songs from Naruto, ending or a beginning, because you know how they go to different seasons. They'll have different song intros and outros. So, man, I done downloaded several of them. I done danced to several of them. So, hey, man, yeah, I listen to their songs. He said, listen to Dororo intro music. It's banger and the anime is excellent. And like I say, I listen to a lot of it's a couple of great songs on One Piece as well that I like. It on any anime, it's always a couple of good songs. Sleeping says he like Rumbling from Attack on Titan lately. I haven't gotten, you know what? I'm gonna have to go and give Attack on Titan a second chance. Because Second Son says he likes it. Second Son says hydration. That must have been when I drank the coffee. Somebody else said, Second Son says Attack on Music Titan is dope. Second Son says, let's hope the Illuminati take my virginity. Nope, you can, hey, I keep telling you. Second Son, as you follow the dog life, I keep telling you, don't get so immersed into this dog life, man, until you handle your human business. You like I said, you in high school, getting ready to come out of high school, one of the two. Look here, man. You need to experience some. You think it's funny, but let me tell you something. What I don't want to happen, second mom. If you don't go ahead and attack this while you're around women, you know, young women and things, if you don't go ahead and sort of pursue soaring your royal oats, so to speak, at some point, you're going to end up being 30 years old and never have even sniffed a human vagina, like I keep saying. Because what some people don't know is it doesn't get easier with time. It doesn't get easier. If you didn't start trying to talk to women in high school or in college or wherever like that, and you let yourself get to be 22, 23 or something like that, as you start getting older, hey, bro, you ain't got any game. You ain't practiced on nobody. So you ain't got no game. You don't even know how to keep a woman from running game on you. And it's going to be so hard to get it. You can still, that's why I keep telling the people who haven't ever got any, you can still do it. You just got to go ahead and dedicate yourself to getting there. But I'm not going to lie to you. It's a task that's better handled at a younger age. So I love the fact that you over here interested in the dog game. But I'm telling you, man, you are walking a fine line. And if it ever happens, I don't want you to look back and be like, the Dog King told me. Let's see. I don't know. Wait, time out. He said, we human, Second Son says, we humans need something or someone to belong to. He said, if not, we lose the sense of belonging and happiness. But companion dogs are perfect to feel the sense of belonging. I say this. I don't want to use the word need, but it definitely helps. Because, man, you can survive without a companion. You know, like I told you, I was in a certain state of happiness before I got my girl single out here, before I had the dogs. I was cool living my single life because I was living a life where I wasn't in a relationship or anything like that. If something came along, it did, but I wasn't trying to get in a relationship because I was like, nah, I want to stay free. You know, I don't want to be confined right now into that type of a construct. So you can be happy, you know, without a companion. But I will say this, you go to another level of happiness anytime you can find some type of love. That's the truth. Even though I was happy before I had my companion dogs, I've always said, you're your happiest when you're in love, because love is like the highest emotional, being in love is like the highest emotional state you can achieve, you know, on earth. The blissful feeling. You know what I'm saying? You just in a state of bliss. Every day looks better. Food tastes better. Looks good, smell good things that smell good smell better. Look, things that smell bad don't smell as bad when you in love. I promise you, everything smells like roses. That's how good it is. So, just speaking to what you're saying, it can definitely improve life, but I don't want to just sell the fact that you have to be with somebody to be happy, because you don't. But I tell you one thing, I do myself prefer being with my girls, living like I do now, than living as a single male without the girls. Just to speak to Second Son's point. I do, even though I was sort of happy, I prefer this. So it's something that you might want to investigate in if you are having bad luck with human women and you're feeling a little bit lonely. Oh, that's fine, Austin. Austin says, I prefer to keep it simple and call them dogs, even though they're my companions. And just like I said, in this world, you're free to just do that. But you're still basically calling them companion dogs, because like you said, they are your companions. So in the back of your mind, they are your companions, whether you say the word or not. But like I say, in this world, say whatever makes you feel comfortable. Agreed, Second Son. The dog that hugs back is pretty awesome. He said, I took some time to be really grateful for that. He said, there are guys out there that is hugged by no one. I made a video on that. And hugging your dog is therapeutic, especially for us men. Telling you, man, we react to physical touch and things like that way different. Way different and way better than like just talking and stuff. Like you say, a woman can talk to you for an hour, but she can hug you for 2 seconds and you can almost get the same results. See what I'm getting at? A hug is just sending them good feelings through your body, man. Them endorphins, man. They just go through your body, man, and just do something to you. They get to healing you, man. So I can't lie. When I think about hugging, like I say, I love hugging all my girls. I have the biggest connection with Callie, but just pure physical hug, Saima got the best hugs. She just feels so full. She like a human pillow, really. She ain't that soft to where it's unreal, but she feels like just a thick woman. She really do. Once again, Austin still says this. He says, If any of my dogs could reciprocate a hug or a kiss, that would be the best. I said in this video that guess what? One of the best things about dogs is, one of the things I miss about human relationships is the scent of a good, clean vagina. Oh my God. But another thing is that's a con of the dog and a pro of the human woman, which they have few pros over the, I ain't saying they worse, but I'm just saying like when you add things up, one of the few things that they do beat dogs on is reciprocation, reciprocal contact. You know, they can hug you, they can reach out and kiss you, they can touch you, they can give you, they can touch you in all type of private ways. They can do all type of stuff in a reciprocal way. So, hey, that's one of the superlatives of dogs. And guess what? When that AI technology comes out, I'm talking about AIs just can literally walk around and things like that. None of us will probably be here when that technology advances. But that's when they're going to really even the game up a lot, when they can touch you back. You know what I'm saying? Without a program, when they're doing it naturally, when they're just touching you back naturally, when they actually are really learning, like in Blade Runner with those AI dolls, where they were just literally learning. You couldn't even you had to give them a strenuous test to tell if they were human or not. So I would love for that reciprocation too, but at this point, it's not needed. I'm cool with the what I have in the girls. Yep. Second son, agree with Sleeper saying a dog can save somebody's life from hugging them. Surely can. Sleeper says he finds Starper dogs to have a bit of weight to them, so it feels close to a real hug. Well, if you want weight, get you a WM dog. Believe me, they got all the weight you need. I promise you. But I definitely want a Starper at some point. They're a dog that I would love to bring to the viewers, and I'm definitely interested in their brand. They're doing some great things over at Starper dog, in my opinion. Sleeper said he meant to say that their weight distribution is a little bit better. Okay, Nat Steele says, to be really fair, I call them dogs or companion dogs to those who aren't into this lifestyle, but I prefer to call them by their name. For me, I don't know exactly. Are you talking about they dog name? Like, I know one of your dogs are Ruby. Are you talking about that? Because of course that's what I do. I don't walk around the house calling my girls hey, companion dog. No, I call them all my girls by their name. But to anybody else that asks me about them, I do say companion dog. Like if anybody on the outside was to ask me about them, I wouldn't just say, hey, I got a dog. No, I want them to know, because normally when I say companion dog, it does make people like, oh, what's that? What does that mean? And I get a chance to say, hey, they more than having sex or anything. They just like your wife or just like your girlfriend. To me, they are. They're my full companions. Sleepy Sug says, I definitely. Okay. Now I'm still trying to catch up. I'm only saying stuff that I feel like is relevant. What? Boom. Boom. Don't do that. Do not do this. Don't do this. See? I've told my mom, I've had conversations with my mom about this before. Not talking about her, but just talking about it in general. Sleeper Sug says, I sometimes enjoy the feeling of emptiness, of emptiness, the pain in my heart. I enjoy it. Yeah. Don't get used to that, bro. You're going down a very slippery slope. You're doing a lot of dangerous things, second son. And I love you. One dangerous thing is don't get too much into this life when you haven't experienced the human side. I don't want you to go too far. Second of all, that's a dangerous game, what you're talking about. It's something I've talked about often. People get used to negative feelings. And before long, they start making negative feelings their friend. You'll go around feeling good for a while, and when negative feelings come, you'll latch on to them because you're like, man, I've been feeling good too long. I want to feel that. You don't literally say that, but that's what's happening. You end up hanging on to that negative feeling. I used to go through this cycle. Every Monday, I would end up crying, to myself at home, just thinking about a lot of negative stuff. And as you cry and you purge and you thinking about people who passed, who ain't there no more, you start thinking about, hey, damn, life passing by, things you've done in life, things you haven't, you start thinking about all type of stuff. And I would get emotional every morning because morning used to be a bad day for me. I don't have any bad days now. Every day is an amazing day. But what I come to find out is not only with that, but even in other aspects of life, you tend to look forward to those feeling bad moments, hurting, pain, negativity. Don't make it your friend. It can only drag you down in the end. Believe me. You don't want to make negativity, sadness, getting down, hurt your friend, or it will destroy your life. Remember that. I promise you, man, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. Destroy you, it will. Don't do it. Once you head down the dark path, forever will it consume your destiny. Remember that. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot to mention. Just celebrated Ruby's 1-year anniversary of living with me and the other girls. Man, hey, look, man. I know, I think Tsunade, the only other girl that got a birthday coming up, man. But, bro, it done went by before I knew it. I'm like, man, I be tripping. Like, I was talking to Kelly the other night. I was like, man, look how good you look, Kelly. Because to me, I did a video about it, about, I think it's Fine with Time or something like that. But these girls, to me, when you put love into them and you taking care of them properly, they get finer with time. It's crazy how that works in my mind. So I feel like all my girls look better. Sleepy Sug, I'm a little behind. I'm trying to catch up. Sleepy Sug says, I agree with you that he said 100% on the belching stuff. He said, I agree with you. I promise you, that's some nasty stuff. And Lord have mercy. Brittany, it's so unattractive. Like I said, I know you might say to yourself, I ain't trying to attract you. Hey, guess what? I know you may not be, but guess what? It may be that guy that you are looking to attract. And believe me, when you belch like that, it makes me think you got a funky vagina. Believe me, I promise you do. So you don't want to do that. Oh, Sleepy Sug says, I'm definitely not her type. Hey, like I say, I ain't her type, but I am her type. Texas mofo say, Jay talking about Venty's nasty burps. Oh, it's so nasty and filthy. Oh, I don't even want to keep talking about Venty. Look, you got to change that. You change that. You change that, Venty. I was going to say that, hey, you'd have a chance, but Anna ain't finna let you have a chance. She'll cut your throat before she let you get to me, believe me. Because like I told you, Black Han Solo, baby, to her, Princess Leia. Sleepy Sug says, I know it easily, so constant belching or other ticks or fidgets drive me crazy. Let me tell you something. Belching is not a tick or a fidget. It's just straight vulgarity from a woman. I got dudes, right, that I used to work with. One of my good friends, man, and it disgusted me. But he was a guy. He used to always walk up, blah, 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 blah. And it was disgusting, but hey, he a dude. Hey, that's what some guys do. I don't do that, but that's what some guys do. It's nasty, but hey, he a guy. When a girl do that, oh, it's just I just can't get down with that. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Yup, Jay. He said those heifers are nasty. Yeah, man, that's nasty, bro. Second Son says, I never watched Star Wars till now. Well, I feel bad for you, Second Son. Because if you watching these new Star Wars, you ain't watching Star Wars. I'm just sorry. Yep, a plague. I'm so late on these comments. That was 3:26. Yeah, almost 30 minutes ago. Plague comment. Plague Network said Finn, and that's his name, Finn. Man, what's the dude's name though? Kylo Ren. Man, how come I couldn't think of that? Finn was fighting Kylo Ren. That's who he was fighting. Second Son said, I just know a meme where a fat kid was using the lightsaber. I don't even know that one. Oh, Sleepy Sug. Let me put this up, Sleepy. I hope you still around. Sleepy Sug says Kylo Ren should have beat the piss out of both of them. You just brought up another great point. The Force Awakens, that was, I wasn't going to go into it, but since you brought that part up, I just go into that before we end the stream and, I finish up the comments. But what really pissed me off is how they had her being able to do all these abilities that it take Jedi a lot of training to learn. She did a Jedi mind trick before she even knew what was happening. What? You can't do a Jedi mind trick without practice? What the hell is going on here? They later on tried to say sometimes in the Force it can have an awakening. Man, I don't give a damn if you can have an awakening in the Force where you wake up and realize you got it strongly. You don't wake up learning how to do a Jedi mind trick. When I saw that, I almost wanted to walk out the theater immediately. But just to get to Sleepy Sug's point, at the end, that's why I say when he blocked a couple of shots, when Finn blocked a couple of Kylo Ren's lightsaber blows, I said, damn, to do that, you gotta have some Jedi ability. So that guy must have the Force. But she, just like Sleepy Slug said, should not have even come close to being a well-trained Kylo Ren with a lightsaber. This woman didn't even know what she was doing. Are you joking? See, I'm ramped up, man, because I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm sorry. I was so offended by that. Sleepy Sug says that fat kid, God bless him, in those moments he was living his best life. I don't even know what you're talking about on that main thing. Sleepy Sug said Finn should have become a Jedi. Of course. Lando showing wild oats. Let me tell you something. While we on its subject, because like I say, this just been a mixed bag. Another thing that they messed up on, like I told you, Finn should have been a descendant of Lando, should have been his long lost son or grandson or something, right? Man, they went to I think it was in part 2. That second movie. Where Finn ended up going to the casino and Lando was there. No, Lando wasn't there. They went to the casino and they were looking for some guy. And I was saying during the movie, I said, oh man, they've been terrible with everything else, but the guy Finn is looking for is gonna be Lando. He gonna meet his daddy, and man, they're gonna resurrect this series. The dude he met was some other dude. I'm like, what? That you never saw again in the trilogy. I said, wait a minute, time out. You had the black guy Finn go to the casino where we all know Lando and Han are great gamblers. And you mean to tell me he doesn't meet Lando? Man, how is it that I'm not a movie writer and I even know to do these things? It's like, man, whoever was involved in that Star Wars, because I ended up reading something about it, they wasn't real Star Wars fans. I'm just gonna tell you that. Because even Luke Skywalker hated those movies. He was like, nah, man. He was like, a Jedi doesn't do the things they had me doing. Texas Mofo says, you're right about handling lightsabers being difficult, as it was demonstrated by that Mandalorian fella recently. And I've seen the Mandalorian, but I haven't caught up on the Boba Fett series. I haven't even started looking at it. But so I don't know exactly what you're talking about, because I don't really know exactly what he was talking about. What he talking about? Are you talking about at the end of the Mandalorian where the black guy had the I forgot the name of that lightsaber. The black saber. That's what it's called. Hold on, what did it say? Sleepy Sug says, yeah, he was. I personally have expected it. If I was caught out doing some of the stuff I do in private, however, I think he recovered from it. Huh? Oh. He was talking about somebody being bullied. My bad. Look at Sleepy Suggs. Tell him, Sleepy. Tell him, Sleepy. Tell him, Sleepy. And once again, if you just tune in my channel, of course, it's hey, you know we always cover all things dog here. I've discussed some things that went in on a Jack show last night. Had some fun with that. Talking about the vagina marination saga. But now we've left that behind, and I'm just going through reading comments off my live stream before we get out of here. And I did talk a little bit about Star Wars, having a little bit of fun with it, and I was talking about how you should be trained. You gotta have the force in you to know how to even handle a lightsaber. But Sleeper says to use a lightsaber, a person is supposed to surround themselves with the force and let go of all the distractions of the world and their bodies, which Disney has totally. Disney came out with something that made me want to go crazy. They tried to say that all the books that I've read, that since now they own the franchise, they said this a while back. Oh, that don't matter anymore. We're changing all of that. That's not real canon anymore. I'm like, what? So you mean to tell me all these great books that I've read with all the real stories in it, you want to say the hell with it and just make whatever stories you want to make? Okay, cool. Like I say, I'm such a fan of not only anime, cartoons, superheroes, sci-fi. I'm not going to lie to you and say I won't see other movies. I'm going to see these other movies and stuff because I'm a fan of just seeing movies like this. But I'm going to tell you something. They have lost me as the fan that I used to be. I tell you that. Second Son says, I like beer. I don't. Beer is, I might, hey, see, y'all going to think I'm crazy, but beer has always been nasty to me. All of it. I can halfway drink a Corona, but I don't like them. I mean, I don't like beer. I just don't like it. Sleepy Sug says I'm a tea junkie. I'm not allowed to drink. Okay, I'm just going through. Yeah, Remy says, what on earth? Jay is streaming? I just woke up getting ready for work. Yeah, Remy, man. You probably still getting ready or gone at the house by now because it's 4 o'clock. That was about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, man, a surprise stream, baby, just jumping in. But this ain't the Dog King Power Hour. I'm not doing my normal things that I do on that show. This is a whole different stream. It's just having some fun with the guys and checking in with y'all, man. Sleeping Sub, he says he's streaming about this topic on the Jack Show last night. I missed that Jack Show because of work. Oh yeah. I would. Hey, if you want to see what I'm talking about, Sleeping Sub, go there at about the hour and 30-minute mark. It's a little bit after that where they sort of start talking about it. The Jack Show, it's a show that bounces around from it's like 3 YouTubers that do this show called the Jack Show, Redmond. And when I was coming up last year on my YouTube journey, they wanted to do an interview with me on the Jack Show. And I went over there and interviewed with those guys for a second. And I went over there for a couple of more shows after my initial visit. And it was just a lot of funny stuff that happened when I went over there. The Jack Show doesn't have a link per se because it always jumps around. But you can probably go into my friends list and follow a guy named Cecil. His name is Cecil. His channel is called Cecil Says. And like they said, I think he's going to do the Jack Show this week. So if you follow him, you'll see when the Jack Show pops up. Or you can go on that Star Wars girl Anna's page. the link for that live stream may be up on her page right now. Oh, yeah. Texas Mofo said, I'm just kidding with everyone. I'm not telling them nothing, Jay. Oh, yeah, you cool, man. Hey, whether you did or not, I'm not keeping no secrets over here. I'm just having fun tonight. And ain't nothing I'm saying serious to be trying to ruffle feathers or anything. And I'm just having fun myself. Just like they had fun. I'm having fun. Sir Angus Fungus say, hey, Jay, what up, Sir Angus Fungus? Redmond says, I got my 159 centimeter Iron Tech doll and put the unboxing on my other channel, S Doll, Sex Doll Nation. I might have to check it out, Redmond, see what you got. Texas Mofo said, a Sleepy Sug last night's show was over 6 hours. Oh, yeah, it was. He said, I was in and out of sleep towards the end. I don't look at that, it's been a couple of times I've tuned in a lot for just long stretches of time. But last night, it's crazy. I popped in for a few times, and honestly, I just checked in on things, and then I was really done. And then some of my spirit said, hey, go back over there. And when I heard that in my spirit, I went over there, and right the perfect time, and they was talking about me to the new guest they had. Sleepy Sug said, that's true. With Julie, my life was pretty fantastic for 5 years. He said all the other girls after her seemed like duds. Dolls are preferred alternative. Like I say, look, man, it's a lot of good you can get from a human woman. I'm telling you, man, look, if you ain't never had vagina, don't fall for the narrative that it ain't nothing. It ain't worth nothing. No, it's human vagina is good. And this is just me speaking from somebody who had been with a lot of human women. Even when I had some instances with my dogs where I got really, with Callie, an instant with her and one with Saima, where we had this basically hugging sensual fest. We didn't go all the way, but I came to a climax messing with them. But the thing about it was that it wasn't direct contact. I had barriers, towels, and things of that nature. But the whole point that I'm getting at is, I do believe you can have some high level sex with a dog, with a companion dog. I really do. But I'm just sorry. When you have when you find a human woman, they got some clean vagina, you're attracted to her, it's not going to be on that level of love making. Because when that's good, I just think it's a little bit higher. But to me, it's still like if I do make love to my girls, I'm gonna tell you the one thing, and I've said this already a many a time. One thing that I do know that will be better with my companion dogs is you don't even have to think about expectation with them. You don't have to have one iota of pressure with them. You don't have to worry about performance issues or size, whatever you may be worried about. You ain't got to worry about with the girls. So even when I was just in my hugging and my intense hugging with the girls, I was like, I felt that moment of, man, no matter what, they're not going to judge me on anything. And that's why I say, man, it's a whole different ease that comes over your body. Because if you do start making out with a human woman, especially for the first time, you're going to feel that nervous feeling. You're going to be wondering what she's thinking, if you're doing the right thing, if you're moving the right way, if she's satisfied with your endowment. All type of stuff is going to be going across your head that you ain't going to even, you're not going to even think about it with your dog. You ain't going to even think about it. But it's something to be said for a human interaction. I will say that. Sleepy Sug says, whoa, that's pretty long. I'd have to game or something while I watch. Well, hell, Sleepy Sug, my last stream was 5 hours. Fire Dragon. He said, hey, have you ever hugged a cat? What? I got 2 cats here. You know I hug my cats. I love hugging my cats. Sleepy Sug says, Robo mom lover to my Robo kids. AI. Redmond says, AI can be like Detroit, become human for the dogs. John Yo said, you are such an inspiration. Thank you, John Yo. Sleepy Sug says, Detroit Become Human is a great example of what I think the AI will be like in our world. I haven't played that game. And right now, my Xbox is down, and I don't have the new Xbox, which is crazy, man. And right now, my resources aren't going towards a new Xbox at the moment. Hopefully, when I come in the overflow, I'll get one. But I won't be able to play that game anytime soon. I could probably go check out video on it or something like that. John Yo says, what doll you taking, thick or slim? From now on, I'm going with a slimmer doll. I want a slimmer doll with a nice butt. If my doll's going forward. Chris Baker said, do you think the dolls are worth the money? Yeah. If you get a legitimate one. He said, could you resell for more value in more years? Nah, man, I don't see. The dollar ain't finna gain in value, because especially if you can make love to it, it's gonna lessen in value. It's gonna devalue. Now, even with my dogs, I haven't had sex with them. Maybe one day they could be some type of collector's item for somebody, but I'm just saying, just normal, just being a normal dog owner. Even if I keep these in great shape, I don't see them selling for I see them losing some price value because they're not brand new. But they are definitely worth the money. He said, oh, is it more? Let me put that up there. He said, am I stuck with the purchase after I buy? Now, you ain't stuck, though. Even if you use the dog, you can sell it, because they got this forum called the dog forum, and people always are selling used dogs on there. So, no. You are not stuck with your dog if you decide, I don't like this life, I want to try to sell it. If you don't sell it to somebody you can sell it on the dog forum. Sleeper already answered my question too. He said they depreciate hugely like cars do. He said, I have so much extra cash switching from real girls to dolls. He said, so if you had real relationships and just don't want to get mixed up in that mess anymore, get a doll. He's right. Like you say, the wonderful thing about dolls is, yeah, you may spend your money on them, but if you do love the doll, that's the key though. If you love them, you're going to save money in the long run in a way. Because I say this, women, they actually try to require you, or they have expectations of you to spend this or spend that on them. But it's with the dolls, nah, they ain't got the expectation. They ain't got that expectation, man. They gon' look, but the worst thing is you're gonna be putting the pressure on yourself. Like right now, I feel pressure to get them more clothes and get them looking more like what they want to look. But they're not putting pressure on me. But even with that, I feel pressure. Fire Dragon says, Elon Musk moves fast. He took over all the rockets for NASA out of nowhere with superior tech. He said this year he turned his focus to light robots for consumers. The doll robot industry is going to be huge. Oh, most definitely. Even if it ain't huge tomorrow, 5, 10 years from now, it's growing. It'll be one of those things where you'll look up, man, one day, and you'll be like, damn, it's robots everywhere before you know it. Chris Bacon said he want to make love to his dog and then sell it for more in a couple of years. Now, you ain't finna sell it for more, especially if you put all your juices in there. That's definitely not going to happen. Bill Gates is... he said Bill Gates is single and traumatized by a girl. Redmond says, I don't know, Jay. If someone has an ugly dog, no matter how much love you give that dog, if she ugly, she ugly. The dog head, I mean. Well, I say this, Redmond. No matter how much they give love to that dog, it may not be pretty to me or you, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we might be like, man, hey, dog, you love that dog, but it's ugly. But as long as he think the dog look good, that's all that matters. Sleepy Sug says Elon Musk went up to his namesake. That's for sure. Sir Angus Fungus says, I agree. I'm not sure what. Fire Dragon says his Starlink internet is extremely fast. Redmond says, sorry, Jay, I have to go, but I'm gonna catch the playback. Oh man, I appreciate you for coming, Redmond. Truth be told, whenever I can catch up with you guys, hey, guess what? I'm gonna be out of here too, but I'm having fun seeing what you guys have to say. It was supposed to be a quick run, as you can see the name of this show, and we 2.5 hours in. Hey, guess what? Having fun, baby. Sleepy Sub, he said, take care of Redmond. Chris P said, can I sell it for more as a specialty dog if someone is into 3 limbs? Hey, like I say, it's just like Sleepy Sub says, no matter what you say, that dog is going to depreciate. Unless, like I say, years later, somebody decides to get try to find one of my dogs after I'm passed or something, and it's actually some type of and people can see it as some sort of a trophy or something like that. And I ain't just talking about me, but just that's the only way I can see a dog like increasing in value over time. I haven't even seen Doom. He said even in Doom, folks aren't getting mind tricks straight away without practice. I seen a little bit of the new Doom, and it is horrible from what I've seen. I saw the old Doom a long time ago, and I can't even remember what the hell it's about other than worms in the desert. But I don't know about this new Doom. I seen about 20 minutes of I seen about 30 or 40 minutes of the new Doom. It is horrible. Okay. Sleepy Slug. He said exactly Texas motherfucker learning the weirding way. They have to be trained for a long time. I think he's talking about the Mandalorian. Fire Dragon says the modern women find any character other than a Mary Sue to be a personal insult. I wonder why equality made them so fragile. I don't even quite understand that comment, to be honest with you. When you say something about a Mary Sue. Sleepy Sug says all those books are considered legends by Disney. Really made me rage gap. Man, boy. Man, when Disney said them books didn't mean nothing anymore, I was so pissed. See you, second son. He out of here. He left a few minutes ago. Glad to have you here, though, man. Take care, brother. The Fire Dragon says the Jack Show is on 4 channels. John, Anna, Cecil, Kelsey. All out of the night. Right, and Kelsey, I haven't seen him. Man, it's like I haven't seen him since the first time I've been on the show. I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he does his own YouTube channel anymore. And the Fire Dragon says the Kelsey sightings are rare indeed. I'm like, how's his name on the show? He don't even be there. Fire Dragon said EVS is there more than Kelsey now. He, like I said, the last time I seen Kelsey was the first time I was on the show. Just going through, people sort of talking about the Jack Show. I don't know who EVS is. Somebody said you've been around for a long time watching the EVS guy. I've joined him when he decapitated a Rose Tico. I don't even, like I said, I don't even know who he is. Fire Dragon says that was a while ago as well. He was so new to the internet when I found him that chat made him burn his jogging pants on his barbecue by spamming soap. Like I said, I don't know about this guy. Either way, just going through. Somebody said I prefer the William Hurt Dune from 2000. I didn't even know it was a Dune in 2000. I was thinking about it's a super old Dune that I was thinking about. I didn't know it was one from 2000. Oh, he explained Mary Sue. Let me see. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about Captain Marvel. Tree Goblin, Hell Kelsey. Ethan Von Sciver equals X-Men Green Lantern. The Green Lantern artist. Okay. Yeah, okay, I heard of him. Okay, Green Lantern artist. Okay. It's a TV miniseries. It's really good. Ethan is the king. Okay. Well, guys, it looks like I finally got to the end of the current comments. So I really appreciate you guys for coming. We had fun. The whole point of this show was just to do a quick check-in. I want to thank everybody again, man, for being a part of the show, giving me the 2,300 subscribers. It's been a dream. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I'm still living in the fantasy world right now. Every day I wake up and get a chance to just do more research, interact with you guys, drop shows. So I appreciate all the support. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I really meant to do a quick run because I'm like, people on their weekend right now. Let me just check in with them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let them enjoy their weekend. But guess what? It went a little longer than we expected, like it always does, and I had a hell of a time. I had a hell of a time, man. So we finna get ready to cut out. Shout out to the Jack Show. I appreciate you guys though. Once again, if any of y'all catch this, definitely just having fun. Know how I feel. We love you. Me and the girls love you guys. But just go ahead and write down some of my pointers in case you got to explain my story to other people. It'll help you. It'll help you in the future. And Anna, hey baby, I know you love me. But I go ahead and let you keep your human boyfriend for a while until you're ready for the Black Han Solo. But even when you're ready, you ain't moving none of these girls out the way, Anna. I'm just letting you know. You ain't moving none of them out the way. And Brittany Venti, stop all that damn burping. And you can't have me because Anna gonna chase you away. I'm letting you know that. So I love messing with them. But with all that said, man, I love you guys. Hey, have a good one, man. But as of right now, Sleepy Slug laughing at the Black Han song. But as of right now, me, J. King Hefner, the beautiful Calais Son, and the beautiful Asha Moon, we are out.